Welcome to the Hockey Pitch. Today we're joined by a goalkeeper from the top league in Germany, Anton Zickler. Hi, today I'm with Anton Zickler from Germany, who currently plays for Dusseldorf club in Dusseldorf, Germany. Hi Anton, thanks for coming to talk to me. So just to get started, why don't you tell me about yourself and just about your hockey career and all of that?
Yeah, thanks for having me. So I started playing in Krefeld, my hometown in Germany. Played there since I was 3 years old, and played there till I was 19. I'm 22 by now, by the way. Then after school, I went to Australia, to Perth, and played there for a season. Really enjoyed that. Then after that, I went back to Krefeld for the end of the season, but it was just like kind of half the season. And then I moved clubs to Düsseldorf, where I'm playing right now.
And so for a lot of people, they, especially in America, they don't really understand what the level you're playing at. So if you want to kind of explain the league, the Bundesliga, for all of the Americans, so they kind of understand that, that'd be great.
Yes, so right now I play Bundesliga. That's like the best division in Germany. I think like the level is like pretty high. It's kind of like, I think the league in Netherlands is better than Germany, but after I think it's the Holland league is the best league. Then comes Germany, then Belgium. Could be like that.
Yeah.
Like the German league's quite good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think you got it right.
The German teams do quite well in the EHL as well. So that's kind of where you see that like all the teams compare to each other.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and the EHL, the European Hockey League, is where the best teams, the best clubs in Europe get to play and face off against each other. So it's awesome that if you get to play in that, that's a lot of people's dreams to do. So I know that's Germany. You're right. Germany does do pretty well in that. And I know Mannheimer Central, or right, Mannheimer does really, really well. I'm a little unfamiliar with all the clubs, but of course you could correct me. So again, I was gonna ask when you started playing, but you started at 3 years old. And did you start as a goalkeeper? Because I don't know if we necessarily said that, but you are a goalkeeper. So did you start there?
No, I don't think that we even had goalkeepers when we were 3 years old. I think it's always like starting with like, every team has 2 goals, so playing with 4 goals a game with those small goals. I'm actually not really sure when I started to be a goalie, but I guess by age, and I think under 6 or under 8, you start with having a goalie, but it kind of changes around. Like everybody gets to go in the goal like for once, and you kind of figure out like who's best. And like, to be honest, I'm not really sure, but I think by the age of 9 or 10. I think I was pretty much sure to be a goalie and to stay in goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very different here. People don't start playing that young normally, so it's wild to think that you started playing at 3 and now, and you even were a goalkeeper at 8 or 9, because here there's not many under 8 leagues even. A lot of people start playing at 12 years old like I did, so it's wild that hockey is such a like a family sport and a young thing. So I'll ask that: does anybody in your family play hockey, or did your parents play hockey, your grandparents?
Yes, so I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. My sister used to play, but she quit hockey because of school and some reasons. But my other 2 brothers, they still play. Like one brother is he's 20 years old. He also had, I think, 4 or 5 Bundesliga games until he played in Krefeld and they dropped. They're playing second Bundesliga now.
Yeah.
That's where he plays. And I have a younger brother. He's 13. He also plays hockey. And like to what you said at the beginning, yeah, I think like when we start playing with 3, like by age of 3, it's not that much of hockey. It's like much running and stuff. But I think when you became 4, 5 years old, like you start using the stick and everything. Yeah, it's quite early over here.
Yeah.
Like some guys on my team start playing with 8 years, so it's not that like if you don't start playing that early, it's not a big deal. But yeah, many guys start that early over here.
Yeah. It's awesome how connected. I always thought when I went overseas in Australia and then Germany, how many families have so many people playing and everybody knows each other and it's a really big community in the club. Whereas it's a little bit different here. So it was such a cool experience being a part of like a family club kind of thing where you have the clubhouse and the fields and there's a place to eat for everybody in a hall. So that was really, really interesting, and it's cool that you've gotten to grow up like that too. So question now is, what is your favorite part about hockey, or why do you love field hockey?
Well, that's a tough one. I'm not sure if there's one reason, but I really like to compete, and it's all about. For me, I really enjoy winning and stuff. Like competing and like having a close game and win it at the end of the like the times runs and like you win the game. That's the biggest thing for me. Yeah, I think that's what makes like the most fun for me. Yeah, also like I just enjoy playing with the guys and have fun, and that's what it's all about. But I'm not sure if there's one reason why I can say like that's the thing about hockey I'm like really passionate about. Yeah, to be honest, not that sure.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I think that's what a lot of people would say here. I love playing too. I love winning those close games. For me as a forward, I love scoring. I'm sure you love saving a really good goal, or like saving a penalty stroke or something must be unbelievable to kind of have that. So yeah, I feel the same. It's definitely awesome.
I think like over here we have at the end of the season, like at the end of the regular season, we have play-ups or play-downs. I think those games who matter the most, where like there are tons of visitors and stuff. That's what makes the most fun. Like when it really matters, and like probably that's like when like people really care about the game, and like when many people are watching and stuff. That's probably the most fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I think when I was there for indoor, we got promoted to the Bundesliga because we beat who did we beat? Schwarz-Weiß Cologne at the time. And I remember that even some of our teammates that didn't play indoor, some of the girls came to support and had signs and stuff, and the stands were packed. So you're right, it's really cool and different. I also would like to show you something. Speaking of that, and maybe you can talk about this. I don't know if you can see my screen. Oh, you might not be able to. But for everybody else who can see my screen, what I'm going to show them is the Final Four, a video of the Final Four in hockey, which I believe you were at the same time as me. So you might be able to hear it. But that's just a quick video of what, the final kind of games look like, and the amount of people that come to some of this stuff is insane. So I imagine when you guys were playing to go up to the Bundesliga, you had a huge crowd, right?
Yeah, like it was when we got up. It was like with all the COVID situation, there wasn't like I think we're just like 200. I'm not sure, to be honest. Last game we had was before COVID when we got promoted, and then like there was the second half of the season supposed to be, but it was without any visitors, so that was kind of sad. And we didn't have, like, usually when you get promoted or when you finish the season, there's a big party and people coming around and stuff. We didn't have that too, so that kind of was kind of annoying. But I think end of this season when we stay in the league, that's gonna be like there's gonna be a big crowd when we play downs or like whatever, and when we finish the season, it's gonna be a big thing. But like when we got promoted, it wasn't like that huge because of COVID.
Which is obviously very sad because that's one of the best things I think is after with the German season there's a huge like team celebration all together and the club all comes together which with each other, which was one of my favorite parts, is like that community aspect. Anybody that succeeded at Krefeld, the whole community kind of got behind them and through a celebration. So I thought that was really, really cool. And it's sad you can't do that, but hopefully this season you'll get a bigger party to celebrate the both.
Yeah, really hope so too.
Okay, and then last question. I'm going to show everybody a video of the Hockey World League round where I believe there's a goalkeeper, that scored a goal. So
Yeah.
Would you like to explain the situation to everybody, and then I'll go ahead and play the video?
Yeah, I can. I think we're talking about Mark Appel. I'm right, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he used to play for Krefeld too. Like when I was, I think, by the age of 16, I had the first training with the Bundesliga team. And I think I stayed there like for 2 or 3 seasons in Krefeld. Like I didn't play at that time because I was too young, but he was playing. He also played for Germany as a goalkeeper. But then World Cup? What was it?
Yeah, something like that. World Cup or
World
something.
Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was in India, and there was a limited like the coach had to nominate like I think he was just allowed to nominate like 18 players and stuff, and because it was in India and they had like at one team dinner they had food which was kind of bad, so many people got sick, and then they had just like. They had 2 goalies with them and 18 players, but so many players got sick. So one goalie was still fit, he played, and then I think they just had 9 players. So they decided to put the goalie as a striker in, and like, and like in the end, I guess he just scored. Like I think he scored an important goal. It was quite a close game. He scored the 4th goal, I guess. Like everybody went kind of crazy. I think Germany lost in the end by 1 goal, but it was really close and it was like unbelievable to see him score. I actually remember it. I watched it in my place, and I was so shocked because I just saw him standing at the second post, and then by surprise he got the ball and just put it in, and then it was so weird.
It is such a weird goal, and it's funny because you can tell he's a goalkeeper, but he also is so poised and calm in the moment and does it perfectly. It's unbelievable. So I'm gonna go ahead and show everybody that video now. I wish I could show you too, but I'm sure you remember.
Show it, like,
go ahead.
You can see like he he doesn't know how to celebrate. Like that's what you can see. He doesn't know what to do after the goal.
Okay, we're gonna watch for that.
Make sure to watch that.
Yeah. All right. So here's the goal. Little bit of a slow-mo, and a trap on the back post, and the finish. And we'll play it one more time because it's a little bit just from a different angle. Awesome. Perfect. All right, so besides that, I'm going to ask you one last question, and then I'll let you go because you've been very kind for having this long of a conversation with me already. But what is your favorite thing to do outside of field hockey?
We just got a puppy. That's like she needs lots of time, and I really enjoy spending time with her. So like I train a lot like in the gym, but I think that's kind of like the sports that that belongs to playing hockey, so that's not that's not a hobby, but like kind of the job.
Mm-hmm.
So besides hockey, and like I also study, but study is not my hobby as well. Besides that, I think spending time with my dog is what I enjoy the most.
That is a perfect answer. That is great. I appreciate that. All right, well, thank you so much, Anton, for joining us and giving us some great hockey knowledge and sharing all of that. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Another special thanks to Anton Zickler for joining us today on the Hockey Pitch. If you liked this video, be sure to click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow Anton on Instagram at Anton_Zickler. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.